This is the Gregorian calendar New Year. This is a year that has no astrological, celestial significance in any way, shape, or form. It is purely in the 4D field. So this is a rhythm that exists only because globally all humans agree that this is the turn of the year. Okay? There are other calendars that are in our consciousness that move to a different rhythm, and such as the solar calendar. The solar calendar means the new year happens on the solstice, which is when sun goes into Capricorn. This is the longest night of the year. So celestially, it has a significance. And then you have another calendar that's in everybody's awareness worldwide, but is not a Gregorian calendar, and that is the Chinese calendar, which is a lunar calendar. Okay. And, you know, because this is based on a natural rhythm, this is a calendar that is going to withstand time more than the Gregorian calendar. And in fact, it's many thousands of years older than the Gregorian calendar that we use. And this particular rhythm, like I said, is a lunar rhythm. And right now we are wrapping up the end of the wood dragon. This is the end of what is, I'm going to say, filtered through the lunar cycles as dragon consciousness. And we're wrapping that up and preparing to go into a time where the consciousness of the serpent, of the snake, is coming to us. I believe the lunar Chinese New Year is the end of January 29th, maybe. And it is the wood snake. So what's very interesting about the sequence of this Chinese calendar is that in this particular moment, we are going from a deep primal consciousness, which is cosmic in nature. This is dragon. And this is a primal cosmic mother creation frequency. It's also a consciousness holding frequency as well. And then that is going into evolving into the snake energy, which is also primal, but it's very specific, at least in the narratives and the understandings of the ancients of this realm, that it's very specific to the earth. When this is specific to divine cosmic frequencies being embodied by an earth being. And this is deeply encoded in our mystery school teachings. You have, for example, the journey of awakening one's Kundalini. This is the serpent that's coiled at the bottom of the spine. You have Sacha Mama, the mother of the waters, which is a water boa, which this is an indigenous lore of the Americas. You have the serpent kings, right? Then you go into more we'll say Christian Western traditions where the serpents are used in pretty extreme worship. I don't know if you guys know about the Christian churches that use snakes in their ceremonies, in their they call it something specific. I can't remember the name exactly, but it's not a sermon, but it's a part of Sunday worship. And the serpent in that context initiates a person, it tests a person, it brings forward it forces forward a person's true dedication and faith in the Lord, so to speak, in that jargon. And then you have other sorts of sacred serpents. What I learned about the jungles is that, I don't know if you guys remember the Jungle Book. There was the serpent that was hypnotizing. Well, there are really a species of serpents, of giant snakes, tree snakes, that do that in the jungle. And it's because those snakes exist, no hunter is allowed to go by themselves deep into the jungle, because evidently this snake is absolutely lethal and potent in how it hypnotizes its prey. So we have serpent cults. We have the serpent cults of the East are more around more around harnessing life force energy, primal life force energy to certain means. You have the whole Persian tradition. You have the famous snake charmers, right? So we have a lot of lore in connection with the serpent, and I would say a lot more than even the ancient dragons. Now, if you consider the lore that you're aware of, it's a lot more tangible in that you can pinpoint the narrative or the connection to the teachings to within the last 10,000 years. But when you get to the dragon lore, that is a much more ancient story, much more ancient narrative, and it very easily gets into off planet, right? So the dragon is cosmic mother primal life force energy. It's absolutely potent. Hello, darlings. Happy New Year. And then when we make that transition into the serpent, then that's coming more to earth. In Central South America, there's also the story of Quetzalcoatl, which is the plumed serpent. That's not the same as a dragon. Some people make that mistake, but it is very specific that before Quetzalcoatl is awakened to the divine truth of its nature, it is without wings and walks with its belly on the earth. And this is symbolizing the deep connection of snake consciousness to the Pachamama, to the realm of the mother. So there's a closer association to the sacred feminine force for the different narratives and lore that talk about snakes as being serpent. Most of the time they're speaking of a feminine nature.